In California, public education has been under assault. Under the guise of reform, some are pushing austerity, polarization, privatization, union busting, and deprofessionalization.
Public education is something that we took for granted in the United States for years and years. I don't think we can be comfortable with that assumption.
The California Federation of Teachers is fighting back by mobilizing members, engaging community, and providing ground-up solutions to reclaim the promise of public education.
Community leaders and religious leaders joined together at the state capitol today to announce a grassroots campaign to pass Proposition 30.
Will you register by Monday to vote yes on Prop 30?
The CFT as well as two other community organizations were the team, the voice and the work together. That was the important part.
As a result of Prop 30's passage, K-12 and higher education programs that suffered devastating cuts are being restored. Once again, California has become a testing ground for anti-public education efforts. A Silicon Valley millionaire and charter school entrepreneur has spent millions of dollars on a lawsuit and PR effort to destroy teacher due process and dismissal rights.
I am not ineffective just because I have seniority over another teacher. On the contrary, the years of experience I've had have taught me what works in my classroom and what doesn't.
The future of City College in San Francisco is in jeopardy.
A rogue accreditation agency is attempting to effectively close City College of San Francisco.
We don't want to see students from this college pushed off into the for-profits and further into debt.
The City College is a really, really vital institution for San Francisco, and it serves a lot of underserved communities.
I can't even imagine what would happen if it weren't here.
We want the judge to set aside the disaccreditation, create a review panel.
A Superior Court judge issued an order that will keep the college open while a legal fight plays out.
By drawing national attention through protests, legal battles, and lobbying, faculty, community, and students are working together to turn the tide to keep City College open. In Berkeley, classified employees are telling the school district that their escalating healthcare costs and stagnating wages are causing real economic pain.
I can feel the healthcare out of my pockets. And in 2012, it went up to $406 a month.
The Los Angeles County Head Start Department is attempting to defund all Kedron Head Start schools serving some of the poorest neighborhoods in Los Angeles.
For all that Kedron did for me, that if I can just stand right here and speak on the impact it made on my life.
We need to stand as a family.
CFT members and parents are fighting to save these schools for nearly 2,300 children.
I do not know of any other site that is around here. If Kedron is still open, I would love to come back to this site.
CFT is not only fighting to protect public education, but offering innovative solutions to make sure all California children and students have access to quality education. CFT locals engaged community through town hall meetings to develop bottom-up ideas to address school needs.
This was an opportunity for us to bring the community together and the union together, and it helped us break down barriers between us.
And I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited to see all of you here this morning.
I think this is a really important effort to address the ways that the achievement gap really manifests in our community.
The conversation that we need to have is if this is effective, and if not, how we can make it more palatable for these kids.
What is the LCFF, the Local Control Funding Formula?
3 locals in Santa Cruz talked with parents about school financing.
It does seem to be shrouded in secrecy.
Our job as teachers is not only to support students academically, but also emotionally.
Morgan Hill Federation discussed how to overcome the effects of poverty in school.
And we have 25 that say they eat cookies, candy, chips, coffee, hot chocolate, or tea pumps for breakfast.
And Jefferson Elementary Federation held a training on the impact of nutrition on a student's ability to learn. Because members see firsthand the pain caused by the broken immigration system, CFT is joining with community groups, to push for immigration reform.
We're just one of those 11 million undocumented families that are suffering through this daily.
Immigrants who are here because they want to do better by themselves, their children, and their families.
Lecturers and librarians in the UC system are working to make sure the new online learning technologies happen with, not to, the people who make the university work.
They see this as a fast and effective way of moving people through the system. They're not really looking at the question of educational quality.
In San Francisco, community schools are meeting families' needs, so students can come to school ready to learn.
I run the mentor program. I'm the foster youth liaison, so I'm working with the foster youth here, setting them up with different programs.
Having people come in like that are able to assist our students, so it just gives me, as a teacher, a lot of different tools to actually help my students succeed.
Each and every student at Stanley Moss is going to go home with a book today.
To make sure literacy development happens at an early age, UTLA and First Book distributed hundreds of books to students who may not have them at home.
They're self-motivated, and if they have a little baggie with books to go home, I get excited because that's going to help that child.
Actually, they cheat the state of California out of $40 million a year.
To make sure public education is well funded, Los Angeles and San Francisco CFT members demonstrated with community groups in high-profile actions to shame tax-dodging commercial property owners.
We try to do the best we can for the students, but the resources are not there.
There's a lot of lip service given to the importance of education, but if we really cared about it, then it would be funded properly.
By working together as union members, parents, students, and community, we can reclaim the promise of public education.
People can get together and find ways to advocate effectively, then we need to keep doing it.
You can't have a democracy without a well-educated public.
Children love coming back to school every day, and I always say, oh, I love my job, and they say, I love being here too.
Reclaiming it so that anyone, no matter how poor you are, no matter what your background, you can go to a good public school and get a fantastic education.